Oh god. Not again. Not again. You!
Me?
Entertain them for a while. I actually need to do something real quick.
Oh. Hey guys, it's me, Luna, Una, Tuna, Trick. Also known as PST. Today, Waidurr's gonna be playing Of the Devil. I recently found this game and it's so awesome. I've been harassing her to play it for a while now. And I'm sure she's very excited. And this game is a murder mystery in a cyberpunk setting featuring criminal defense attorney Morgan, who loves gambling. She's the one on the screen right now, next to Waidurr. Yeah! I love her. She's a really awesome protagonist, as you will soon be seeing, alongside Waidurr's awesome gaming. Hey, here's a question for all ya. What kind of bagel can fly? Plane. How have you guys been enjoying Backlog week so far? Pretty cool, right? All these games that so true, Sonny. This is just like Of the Devil. All these games that Waidurr's been playing for the first time ever. You got Bug Fables and Anton Blast and Monster Hunter World and Amori and Great God Grove and now Of the Devil. And tomorrow will be the last one. That's Cassette Beasts. That's Cassette Beasts, by the way, is tomorrow. But today, we're Of the Devil. Oh yeah. Recently, I've been reading some Miss Marvel comics, Kamala Khan. She's the best to ever do it. I just finished the 2014 run, and I'm like a quarter of the way through the 2016 run.
Hey!
Ah, Waidurr's back.
Are you speaking of the devil?
No, I finished with that a while ago, actually.
Weirdo. I guess we can end stream then.
Guess he won't be appearing. Because that's what he does when you speak of him.
Hey, Shadow.
It's me,
It's me.
the devil.
The devil. This is of the devil. I heavily expect PST to have said every single thing about this game.
Yeah, I spoiled the entire plot while you were gone.
Cool. There you go. Lead of the devil.
Devil.
Rain sizzles
You're
off.
gonna want to take that green text.
Rain sizzles off neon above me. The summer shower creates a noted uptick in the flickering of holograms down the street, and a slight blunting of the night's ambience. Emphasis on slight. Lights, cameras, and constant noise. This city's got insomnia. There we go. With the uneven heart rate to prove it. There's no escaping the second-hand nervous energy of it all, but I'm plenty acclimated. Just a wave of worries cresting on the surface while I hold my breath deep below. Besides, a microdose of nightlife anxiety suits my mood just fine. 'Cause if I'm not careful, this client of mine's gonna die in jail.
Oh man. It's Morgan!
It's hard to get away with murder these days. People are still presumed innocent, at least on paper. But by the time they're in cuffs, there's hardly any shadows of doubt left. 'Cause this whole world's lit up, mapped out, never unknown and always online. Whether it's incandescent, or neon, or hollow, whether it's LCD, LED, or just the nearest phone screen, there's light shining on every last pixel of the map. And someone's always watching. Solitude's a rarity, anonymity is a scarce, and criminal defense attorneys aren't exactly flush with customers.
Oh man.
So you take whatever clients you can get. You don't balk at public defender work, no matter the hour. And you should find yourself in one of the last dark, quiet corners. And should you find yourself in one of the last dark, quiet corners left of the whole world, well, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Not that there's much else I can do until... my phone.
Yippee! Counselor, your public defender contract has been approved. You're expected at the 254th precinct. Present your ID at the door to enter. Arrive at least 15 minutes early.
I'll try. Looks like the paperwork came through. It's nearly 3:15 now, 90 minutes since I took the job. Probably makes about 2 hours since they finally got smart enough to ask for a lawyer. If they're really smart, they'll have used that time to get some rest. Because now that I'm here, things are going to get busy.
Of the Devil, Episode 0.
Of the devil.
And he shall appear. Do not disable tutorials.
I think I'll play this game without the tutorials. Precinct 254. It's a goddamn ghost town. With nothing but a hologram for a welcoming party.
The hologram went in your phone.
I'm here about a homicide. High clearance rates be damned.
Morgan, look at your phone.
No.
You want to actually be reading those, by the way.
I know what a hologram is. You'd think they'd treat it with a little more gravitas. But whatever. If I'm that unimportant, they've got no right to complain if I take my sweet time getting checked in. And I should take my time. Information's like cash in my line of work. You gotta spend it to make it. And if you're flat broke, no one will give a shit what you have to say. So let's see if I can't poke around and shake some change loose.
Oh yeah. You can click on things in this game?
I can what?
Credit. So don't go broke. The King of Hearts.
An actual police lineup. It's like I walk into a museum. Though museums tend to feel expensive and clean. Dusty, forgotten, probably lots of unpacked boxes. This homicide department's more like an attic. Hard to believe they were ever so busy that they had witnesses making IDs in the lobby. Then again, it's hard to believe they were ever doing lineups in the first place. Are you certain? Wasn't it dark? Did you know that during traumatic events, memory formation is blah blah blah? Poking holes in that setup must have been like shooting fish in a barrel, and all during billable hours. But there's no room to sow doubt anymore. Not when a modded witness can just submit their testimony as a video recording. Assuming their phone didn't automatically file a police report for them. High traffic hallways, utilitarian furnishing, multiple screening stations. Pragmatic brutalism, so textbook it could teach freshman level architecture. Can almost hear the building drone on and on about concrete and iron and hard right angles. Civil planning equivalents of battle scars from a fight won so long ago that they're starting to look ridiculous. I'm sure it was all very imposing back when it was built, but walking in here now with crime rates where they are feels like a hospice ward for heavy-handedness. A data pad? I'll bite.
What's a data pad?
Alright. Replacement for ecologically wasteful newspapers. Difficulty and expense involved in recycling them once their limited lifetime components expired. It's like meta commentary about phones.
I think the phone is meta commentary about phones.
Even when they're more advertisement than article, they can still be informative. In a flowery, roundabout, corporate propaganda sort of way.
Articles are added to your phone's reading list. Choose the proper takeaway after reading them and you'll earn additional bonus credit too.
Declaring the subway tunnels to be irreparably flooded, city engineers announced this week that all plans to drain and repair the system were being suspended indefinitely. Saltwater damage to sensitive electronic cabling and erosion of key tunnel fixtures were cited as reasons for why 89% of the subway system was evaluated as critically compromised or worse.
I'm just gonna warn you, if you read these out loud, we're gonna be here forever.
Civil engineering efforts will be refocused on maintenance. Leaves trains. Okay, but also not reading it aloud makes me not take it in as well.
Okay then.
It's one of Canopy's major backers, City Hall, long as often found itself at odds with a small but vocal group of critics, consider it to be an eyesore and an amplifier of light and noise pollution. Canopy was looking uncharacteristically shaky going this week. The subway is no longer an option. People, corporations and the like have little choice for how they complete their morning commute. Oh, there's a lot of words in this game.
Yeah, Just a couple. It appears that you have 0 free articles remaining this month. Please verify your account information in order to continue reading the stories that matter.
Policy of them, putting the paywall there. As if I had to reach for my wallet after having to read a word like aesthetical. Besides, I got the gist of it. Takeaways that the city will be focusing its efforts on.
Can you read?
No. I haven't read in years. There'll be increased scrutiny surrounding the canopy now that there's no plan B. It's a massive project with a massive budget. Lines the pockets of a lot of people, big and small. None of them would appreciate bad press at the moment. Not when Councilman Long's already thoroughly chummed the waters. The medium's cracked in the corner. Looks bad, but my phone's made of the same stuff, and I'm rolling the dice every time it falls off the sofa. Stuff.
Noun, an industrial polymer capable of programmed electrical conduction.
A phone screen. Oh, I can't click it.
Morgan wouldn't let you.
Already got that. Could probably know the warranty on one of these things with a loud sneeze. At least it's not broken entirely. Even at this hour, it's still dutifully scrolling through its notifications. Looks like the usual 1-to-1 ratio of public health alerts and inoffensive pop culture trivia you always get served at state buildings. But there's a few missing persons, too. 1 year of silver plan coverage, courtesy of Caduceus, as a reward for any... Silver's no joke. Family must be getting desperate. Alright, I've taken in all the scenery and learned as much as I can here. Time to get checked in.
Wow.
Booted up fine. So far, so good.
Good morning.
Morgan, here for the public defender contract.
You got a profile you can look at. Could you please provide your name and...
No. This is my name.
December 26th, that's almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas.
What does that mean?
It means it wasn't Christmas.
Damn.
Fall asleep
She
in any...
likes puzzles, smoking, and wooden furniture.
Can fall asleep in any position. She's just like me.
Great. Please stand still for a moment.
I wouldn't call intake hollows charming, more like harmless. That's probably what the designers were aiming for. People don't mind a quirk or two in their tech, so long as it never speaks out of turn.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble placing you. Could you please provide your name and date of birth?
So far so good, was it? Say, why don't you just scan my ID card?
Great. Now could you just confirm your date of birth for me?
Why do they even bother asking? My birthday's on the damn ID card and my profile. Have to be a world-class airhead to get this question wrong. No problem. My birthday's December 26th.
Perfect. Good morning, Morgulin Counselor. Fuck.
Morgulin.
Thank you for your timely arrival and for taking on this public defender contract. I mean, hey, you know, it's a stream, you know?
Yeah.
If you're ready to speak to your client, you can proceed to Counseling Quarter 3C.
Is that what we're calling it now? You mean the interrogation room?
I'm sorry to have caused any confusion. My vocabulary is regularly updated to better reflect state standards.
Don't sweat it. I can't keep track of every new euphemism either. They could call it the involuntary wellness check room if they like. Doesn't change the way it makes a person feel, sitting in a stifled box of one-way panels. Nothing to see but their own reflection, dully warped across gunmetal walls.
Morgan, counselor, can I help you with anything else? Halt. Heads up!
I know the city's not terribly concerned with the lower wards, but this is a police station. Why is it so goddamn dusty?
This facility is currently undergoing renovations.
Since when? The 60s?
It has been 22 months since the timetable was last updated.
They really don't see a lot of action around here, do they?
I'm sorry for any inconvenience you might have encountered.
I'm adaptable. What about you? They ever gonna fix that crack?
Thank you for asking. It has not interfered with my work.
Well, that's all that matters, right? What are you?
I'm a smart user interface, proudly sold by Noble Electronics. Thank you for asking. If you're interested, I could send you a link with information about our subscription packages. Should I send you a link with information about our subscription packages?
No. Sorry. That was the main question to ask.
Huh?
That'll be all. Thank you.
You'll find the counseling quarters past our homicide detective's office through the door to your right.
Thanks. But I think it's just me for now, so you could go on break if you like.
Automated dependents do not take breaks, Morgan Counselor.
Can you read it like this?
Not like the internationally illegal artificial intelligences. That's a different thing. Searching for this term main current account flag.
So AI is a slur in this universe. Then what were you doing before I walked in?
You'll find the counseling quarters past our homicide detective's office.
Through the door to the right, thank you. Ads don't get breaks, and they don't get my jokes. It's usually the humorless types that are the most fun to mess with anyway.
It's gone bad or something?
A voice. No, voices coming from down the hall.
Compared to yours? Probably.
Thank God I stopped for directions. The building this empty, the desk could just told me to follow the echoes. One voice sounds older, rougher, and decidedly low energy.
You can take that one. I'll take the other one.
Appreciate you worrying about me.
God forbid I try to be serious.
While the other rings with youthful indignation.
It's not like our job is important or anything.
Definitely cops. And at this precinct, at this hour, there might be the only two living, breathing people in the whole complex.
Cause why else would you bother to print all that out?
Document or 100. Looks the same on a data pad. Anytime you question a suspect, you need to have a heavy file in hand. Makes them think you know them better than their priest, their mother,
Their big brother?
I wasn't gonna say that.
So how many of those sheets were blank then?
No red carpet tonight, officers? Oh, sorry about that, ma'am. We don't keep many extra hands around at these hours. Probably faster to let the desk handle intake anyway.
But mostly cheaper. You the lawyer?
I am. Morgan Esquire. Pleased to meet you. Same here. Counselor Kasim London.
Profile?
Oh, he's green!
A first-class homicide detective? Holy shit.
So some of them are different for everybody.
Yeah.
That's
It's just
iconic.
occupation likes and dislikes that are the same.
That's iconic. And the ball of sunshine here is my partner, Farrah Rise.
Hey guys, it's me, Farrah Reyes.
That's me!
Holy moly.
For those who don't get the joke, Waidurr's birthday is October 19th, much like this fictional character from Of the Devil, Farrah Reyes.
She's fictional?
No. The story is a work of fiction.
She's fictional? No, turn around.
Balls of sunshine. Ball of sunshine.
She certainly is.
Ah!
Sorry if you were kept waiting. Chatter between the departments has been hectic all night. It's no trouble. Gave me time to enjoy my cigarette.
Cigarette? Like tobacco? What are you, 80?
She can't be more than a few years younger than me. We're the detectives in charge of this particular case. And it looks like tonight we're also your humble guides to the illustrious homicide department. Apologies in advance for any cobwebs. I'm pretty sure I've seen this London character around the courthouses before. He never struck me as more than just some old-timer. But I suppose being an old-timer is an accomplishment in and of itself in this profession. Sunshine is definitely a new face, though. Rigid in her posture and her attitude. 3 in the morning and her shirt still looks ironed. Freshly promoted, maybe? 2 whole detectives working at these hours? Sounds serious. Unless you were just the first to arrive on the scene. No, we're not nearly that timely. Uniforms responded to the emergency calls within a few minutes. Calls, plural. Must have been quite the commotion.
Look around. You think we're the first to arrive for anything?
She's not wrong. We're only tapped after circumstances at the scene and indicated involvement with an ongoing investigation.
Our ongoing investigation.
Not very subtle, is she? But I may as well bite at this point. So you suspect that this client of mine is involved in some separate criminal activity? Wait, did they really not? No. I guess they wouldn't put it at a public defender's briefing. Look, consider this a little professional courtesy. A fair warning, yeah? That's the heartbreak killer in that room.
Holy shit, the Heartbreak Killer?
And we've got the bastard dead to rights. So if you're kind, you'll help him plead it out. And if you're smart, you'll pass the shitstorm on to some other night owl and go back to bed.
I'm not feeling particularly kind or smart at the moment. So perhaps in the meantime you'd be so polite as to fill me in about this heartbreak killer.
They cover utilities at the rock you live under?
Is there a problem? You're seriously not familiar with HK? Never heard of him. I've heard enough of him for a lifetime. That name has been plastered all over this city for weeks. Their crimes wavering between breaking news and urban legend. Their presumed goals flip-flopping from unadulterated anarchy to unappreciated vigilantism. At street corners, in the media, on the net, everyone's indulging in the exact same kind of armchair detective speculation that I can't stand. But right now, I need to figure out exactly how much the police do or don't know. And when it comes to cops, I always get better results playing dumb than I do acting smart. I take it he's a repeat offender?
Was it the killer part that tipped you off?
You must have at least heard about his, well, M.O. Media's gone crazy with it.
Along with everyone else.
One bullet straight through the heart. Body left to die where it falls. Hence the name Heartbreak?
If you just click on the phone when it pops up, it'll bring you straight to it. Probably red. Probably not into astrology.
Legal. Not exactly creative, but amidst the swirl of every other 100-word article around there, catchiness trumps originality. What you won't read about online is that all 6 of HK's victims were shot by the same gun, without even needing to reload. Horrible to say, I know, but 6 for 6? That's pretty good shooting, isn't it?
Hitting the bullseye at the shooting range is good shooting. Doing it 6 times in a row is great. But shooting 6 people with accuracy like that?
It's a whole different beast.
Takes a certain kind of monster. A real freak. His pulse probably didn't even rise.
I see. You almost make him sound like a machine. Is it possible that...
No, it is not. There's no such thing as killer robots, madam.
Of course, my mistake. So all those androids marching in the military, those robots patrolling in police uniforms, those drones dropping fire bombs from the sky, I guess they're all firing blanks. Fair enough. Machines can kill, and they have been for decades. But they don't commit murder. Right. Evil like Heartbreak is all organic. That's a pretty terrifying thought. I should really start paying more attention to the news. How I managed to miss 6 murders. Well, you can only blame yourself for missing 5. Pardon?
You're still not getting it? HK's 6th victim was found a few hours ago. When we caught the son of a bitch red-handed.
So you're convicted that my client is this heartbreak killer, and tonight it was just his latest crime. That's a serious accusation, with very serious consequences. I take it you have serious evidence to back that up?
I was being literal, counselor.
Huh?
Red-handed. When we found your client, he was covered in blood.
Well, that's not good, is it? What you say certainly sounds compelling.
Is that lawyer talk for open and shut?
But even if that's the case, how does one crime scene make him look good for 6 murders? It's all there in the discovery files. And the arcs, of course.
The Arxis.
Aren't these guys making a new Marvel game?
Arcs Systems? Arcs Systems? Strike back!
I bet this gear helped find a lot of people guilty.
No bad guy's gonna have the soul to commit a murder with these things. We're not funny. Okay. Join the local net on your phone and we'll turn over everything you need. I'll bet. Thanks for that, detective. I'll be sure to read it over. But if it's all the same, could I ask you two some questions while I've got you here?
The hell kind of attorney wants to interrogate the detectives?
This kind of attorney. You're just that pleasant. Come on, sunshine. It's not like we're gonna be punching out anytime soon, right?
Whatever. Let your clients do an interrogation all night for all I care.
You mean the counseling quarters? We're at your disposal, counselor.
For the record, when last time I played this game, Last gave London, like, soft British accent kind of voice. So it's a funny contrast.
I just took one look at his outfit and thought Columbo.
Fair enough.
Barren, stark, and uninviting. This must be Ray's desk. Keeping your workstation neat and tidy is admirable, but I can't spot a single mode of personalization. Is she so new that she hasn't had time to unpack, or is she really that uptight and boring? Both, maybe.
Article found.
Oh, a bar.
Latest noble android received warm welcome. Surging sales of the Animate 16 Noble Electronics stock rose a stunning 3%. The first generation of androids to feature over 50% organic components. Impractical due to increased maintenance costs, cuts, scratches, bruises, and the like. Alienating its customers in the industrial and military sectors in order to cater to civilian consumers. The Animate 16 is poised to break profitability records, with no signs of slowing down, and many industry analysts predict that these once rare organic androids will completely replace their more robotic predecessors in daily life within the next 3 to 5 years. This is the work of Noble's famed lead programmer, Dr. David Asher.
Lucy D's.
It's me, Lucy D's from Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Yeah. They're putting me in
That's her name.
Fortnite,
Right?
I think was the game.
Probably.
That's the one.
That's one of the games. Dr. Asher himself was nowhere to be seen.
It looks like you're
Hey
not.
fam, looks like you're not logged into this device. Want to put in your account info so we can help you keep reading?
He's in the news again. No wonder. Can't spit without landing on a piece of noble tech these days. Especially not where the state's involved. Don't know if they'll bite when it comes to warm androids, though. For government's use, they're just too expensive. The state's ever had a problem with spending money on overpriced crap? No.
Wow, you failed.
Oh.
Too frail with all the cuts and scratches and bruises.
I'm a failure. You shouldn't have cleaned up so much just for little old me, Detective London. Someone really needs to introduce this guy to a filing system. Or even just a stapler. Paper documents scattered about lazily alongside actual photographs. Either he's really old-fashioned or really paranoid about data leaks. And it doesn't look like the paranoid type. Well, orderliness aside, some things are better in paper. I'll give him that. Loose wires, missing panels, an aircon system that probably sweats more than the people it's supposed to cool. No room in the budget for making the office not look like shit, huh? I expected to find a lot of belt tightening at Homicide. I didn't think their operation would be this bare bones. They've got a stunning clearance rate and they work fast. Guess the city sees that and just assumes their job is easy. Maybe the job is easy, but with our dear doting surveillance state eliminating so much of the footwork. But if your wheels don't squeak, you don't get your palms greased. So homicide ends up as the only state department with a shrinking budget. A dumping grounds for the police force's most unambitious and least popular. Okay, nothing else jumps out at me around here. Got a better idea of who I'm dealing with at least. Now I need to check out the crime scene data. I should have been sent a link.
You've been granted access to state files regarding case KL433511. Reply C to confirm.
Confirm.
Confirm. You need to reply C in order to confirm.
Am I talking to a person?
I am an automated dependent.
Ads are usually more polite.
Our personalities are tailored to suit our users' preferences.
So the state likes you to be a little authoritarian.
You need to reply C.
See.
It's case sensitive.
See?
Thank you. links.uxi/43351.
Alright, if I project from my phone.
User portal. Oh yeah. Augmented reality crime scene.
Alright, let's see what the police have and what they think is important. Stand-up mirror, shattered and knocked over. Real glass, no screens or cameras here. It was hit hard enough to come unattached from its arm, while shards of glass were scattered far enough to land on the victim's body. What a mess.
What a mess.
Seems like this vase got tossed aside at some point. Hey, there's not a scratch on it. Must be pretty damn durable. Isn't art supposed to be delicate? Maybe it's making a statement. The murder weapon, a revolver, found right next to the body. 6 empty casings found in each of the 6 chambers, meaning the gun's been fired 6 times. Looks like the crime scene techs practically disassembled the damn thing. But all they found were fingerprints belonging to my client. So he was found by the police with the murder weapon right in front of the body.
Oh man.
I don't even know where to start. Highly prejudicial would be an understatement. The victim's body. Cause of death, ballistic trauma, class 4 blood loss, atrium and aorta. Single gunshot wound to the heart and brief, death was instantaneous. No injuries anywhere else and no blood or skin under her nails. Blood splatter, forensics, and all that other good stuff tells them that she was shot from there. So the killer was standing in the doorway when they fired. That's all the big ticket items. What about the security? Looks like the apartment was unlocked all night. It's not uncommon for people their age in a neighborhood like this. But no signs of forced entry only hurts my client's case. What about the rest of the room? There's not much else flagged here. Just a lounge chair that got thrown and whatever that is. Unidentified ceramic debris? Flagged as irrelevant? That's their technical assessment? Guess even the crime scene techs weren't sure what to make of it. Okay. It's everything that the police highlighted. But did I miss anything?
Did you?
Oh, the window. There's no secret stuff to find?
There is.
And it's not
Look
the
at
hula
body.
hoop. The hell is that? Something in the victim's hand. How the hell did... It's just a pill organizer. Looks like some immune adjusters. Trexazone. A synthetic glucocorticoid medication. Taken daily to reduce rejection symptoms like phantom pain and generalized itch. The autopsy said her tuck screen was clear, but it's not like it matters. She could have swallowed every medicine cabinet in the city and still wouldn't change the cause of death. It's odd, but ultimately irrelevant. Everything else here is all very incriminating, but the kicker is everything that's not there. No out-of-date DNA, footprints, crumbs.
What are crumbs?
The Internet of Things.
The internet.
One of the coolest ways that IoT improves our lives is through the usage of crumbs. Small packets of data containing your own unique identifying information. Throughout your day, as your own IoT devices say hi to other devices, they'll leave behind crumbs as a parting gift. Crumbs allow for paperless identification and payment, and help the government manage human and vehicular traffic. Crumbs let you see where you've been so that you can see where you should go. Want to start leaving crumbs right away? Don't worry. Crumbs are enabled by default. Not interested in sponsored search results? Look at premium or whatever.
No.
So you are interested in sponsored results?
No.
Oh.
I don't want crumbs. Nothing that points towards anyone except my client. Well, I've done more with less than before. But not much more. I'm really gonna have to sing for my supper this time. Better get Who the hell's messaging me at this time of night? First person who comes to mind is... I suppose it could be something important. But couldn't wait until morning.
Good news, of course. Got a job for you.
That's a pretty cheery way to tell me you violated parole.
Well, not that kind of job. Besides, I've been covering my tracks. This is something different. Kind of thing I can't handle with just a keyboard and fishing scheme. I need you to sue my gym teacher.
Not that kind of lawyer. Sorry.
Hey, at least let me finish.
What did they do?
Make me run laps.
Not illegal.
Let me finish. They made me run laps. Even though I said I had a stomachache.
Said...
Gotta be like youth endangerment. Depraved indifference or some kind of shit.
Sounds like you've already got a strong case. Try self-representing this time.
What's with the blow-off?
Nice phrasing.
Oh wow, I'm laughing so hard right now. See?
Is that your mugshot?
I wasn't gonna not get a copy of my mugshot and use it as a reaction.
Glad you found a use case. But I'm working right now, so...
Anything cool?
Homicide.
Oh, cringe. Wait, what kind of homicide? Is it HBK?
Is that the kind of morbid thing you kids your age talk about?
Teens my age? And yeah, we can read.
compared to the corrupt shit in the headlines. Old-fashioned murder like Hardy B is like... quaint.
It's not heartbreak.
Why'd you take the job, Wall? You see the 98% conviction rate as a challenge or something? You taking up lost cause pro bono's work?
It's pro bono.
That was autocorrect.
I know they give lit homework for a reason, right?
This is borderline concern nagging. Maybe you really are a bleeding heart. Or just a sucker.
I'm not a sucker.
Nice phrasing, lol.
You should go to bed, friend.
Tomorrow's Sunday. I can stay up if I want.
Tomorrow is Sunday. Because today is Saturday.
What's with the carpe diem shit?
It's nearly 4 a.m., kid. You've got school in like 3 hours.
Damn.
Repeat offenders may be good for business, but that kid's bad for my blood pressure.
Important text message, I take it?
Just your typical teenage drama. So then, if you wouldn't mind filling me in on a few details. By the way, I couldn't help but notice that you're light on staff.
It's 3 in the morning. Were you expecting a parade?
I thought there'd at least be a few androids around. Aren't many androids in any police station this week. Not while the brass is renegotiating the contracts. Contracts with Noble? Good guess. Hardly, they're the biggest.
Hardly. They're the biggest robotics corp there is. Could spend all day in Center City without leaving their office's shadow.
Yes, we're very fortunate to have them headquartered here. Saves us some money on shipping, at least. But these talks never last that long. I'm sure they'll be back to writing checks for Noble ads by the end of the month. Even with Noble pushing those warm androids?
Yeah. Might as well call it the adult line.
Might see them in the bigger departments or out on patrol, but not around these offices. Warm or cold, there's no such thing as an android detective. Yet. Guess we should be expecting those any day now. Maybe android lawyers too. Get some android politicians and we'll have the full set.
Real. People might like ads who do what they're told. But they despise ads who tell them what to do.
I'm not so sure. Cameras, sensors, satellite. We already get all our facts from machines. Give it a few more years. It might make sense to let machines do the investigating too.
The union would... The police union wouldn't let that happen.
She needn't have specified. It's the only real union there is anymore.
The cat's very excited to catch the Heartbreak Killer.
Who do you guys think the Heartbreak Killer is? Chat?
Get up. Stay there. Stay there and watch
It's probably
the
Fran.
little freak you are. So how about the basics? What exactly has my client been charged with? Your client, Carlos Baker Flat, was arrested on the scene at 9:50 p.m.
Using his middle name already? They really do think he's a serial killer.
The charge being the first-degree murder of his girlfriend, a Miss Diane Dawn. Wow.
Can't believe these things would happen.
Wow.
Oh man, that's Diane Dawn, the victim.
First degree? That's,
Increasingly rare.
to say the least.
It's rare for us to get handed anything but crimes of passion around here. City's got damn near more cameras than people. So you gotta be really, really stupid to try and get away with murder.
Well, Heartbreak's gotten away with it 6 times. So what's that make him?
5 times. And that makes him insane.
I was gonna go with extraordinary.
Let's split the difference and say he's extraordinarily insane. But nut jobs like that aren't renowned for their ability to think ahead. So what makes you think this was premeditated?
How about the fact that he stalked and killed 5 other women as a warm-up?
A warm-up?
5 previous bullets, 5 previous victims. None of them knew each other, lived near each other, worked in the same fields. Weeks of digital autopsies crawling up and down their online profiles.
Noun. A post-mortem examination of an individual's electronic footprint. Are you excited for the digital autopsy, Waidurr? I would be ruined. Grave cobbling. How to stop stolen identity. How to delete dead profile.
List of social security numbers.
Nothing.
So the serial killer chose his victims at random. If they have nothing in common,
Yeah, nothing in common at all. Other than they ought to all look like cousins.
The physical similarities are striking. All 5 prior victims were young women with brown hair and eyes, about the same height, comparable weight.
All had eyes.
well, those features aren't exactly uncommon. Couldn't it be?
A coincidence? If you really believe that, you should quit your job and start buying lotto tickets. HK's got himself a type. Anyone can see that. You're really gonna try and tell me you don't see the resemblance?
A young woman, brown hair, brown eyes. Can't tell how tall she is from a portrait, but I can take the hint. So you think, what exactly? That Carlos Flat wanted to kill his girlfriend so badly he went out and shot 5 other women first?
Hey, if the shoe fits,
If the shoe fits.
then you put the shoe on the...
What? What Sunshine means is that it's not uncommon for killers to displace their violence from people close to them onto outlets with fewer consequences.
Drifters, loners, strangers, workers.
He was probably building up the nerve for tonight by first practicing on these other similar women.
Or he's just so far gone that he can't tell the difference anymore.
It's not the worst theory in the world, but it doesn't fit. They want to claim that those previous victims were practice runs, dress rehearsals for tonight's main event. But if that were the case, there'd have been signs of hesitation, nerves. There'd have been mistakes. On top of which, guns are impersonal execution shots, even more so. There's no sadism or hatred or intimacy in a single bullet to the heart. Killing your girlfriend or her lookalikes usually is, if nothing else, a lot less sterile. If you ask me. Checking my phone here, and I have to say, you've done a pretty admirable job keeping the details of HK's crimes a secret.
The Heartbreak Killer. Hey there, it looks like you're trying to search for a term related to an ongoing investigation. Until authorities have made their findings public, results may be heavily curated or temporarily unavailable. Read more about how we cooperate with authorities to combat disinformation here.
I hate the internet.
Oh man.
The less reputable sites are doing some real journalistic acrobatics trying to piece together a story.
Yeah, top 11 theories on who hurt HK was a real weighty read.
It's not just journalists, though. All kinds have been emboldened. The freaks that HK's managed to bring out of the woodwork in just a few weeks. Can you blame him, though? I mean, he's a genuine serial killer. Repeat offenders in general are an endangered species, but he's gotten away with...
Know what he's gotten away with.
Take a look around us, Detective. National DNA Registry is robust enough that cases never go cold. Cameras on every street, a phone on every citizen, violent crime at an all-time low and clearance rates at all-time highs.
What? You're gonna spout some alt-pole bullshit about invasion of privacy?
No, I'm not. People are safer now than at any other time in history, Detective. So when someone like Heartbreak does come along... Good point. London's trying to look like he can laugh it off. But pressure from the higher-ups must be reaching its peak. They want, maybe need, to see someone charged. And that makes them predictable.
Yeah, well, even if there's nothing standard about HK, Department SOP still dictates we starve the media for case details.
That way, when we do feed them, they're grateful for whatever scraps they get.
But we can't take all the credit this time around.
Unlike this ungrateful little shit.
Creature. Homicide's tight-knit and tight-lipped, but... it's not like there's much information for us to leak in the first place.
Why is that?
Because none of the shootings were caught on the opt-in crime surveillance system. Optics? Oh my goodness. Idiot, that's oiks.
Later, you can't be singing unreleased songs. That's leaking.
I can't be singing Just Coughlin?
That song is not out.
The public safety measures in my area. Daily security level.
People also searched top 10 phishing schemes. I just love the idea that people have searched illegal shit so often that it starts becoming recommended to other people. How's that even possible? I know there's some rough areas in the lower wards, but Optics is watching every other street in the entire city. You're saying you haven't seen this killer on camera once?
You'd think we'd have let him get 6 people if we did?
I understand your concern, ma'am, but Optics is only what it says in the name. Private surveillance system signing up to feed into the state's security network. It's not perfect, just another one of the many public safety tools in our belt.
It's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to help us solve crimes. Or at least act as a deterrent.
One would hope so. fat chance deterrents are for war rooms and board meetings. Anyone crazy or desperate enough to commit a crime in a city like this couldn't care less about anything as vague as the consequences of their actions. It's like a safety blanket, one with very few holes left in it. But it does have holes. Patching up those remaining holes takes effort, and that effort usually means rebooting the system. There's all kinds of technical details and digital bureaucracy involved, but the end result is that there are occasional localized blackouts, and the math used to schedule them is not impossible to predict. I see.
But those windows of opportunity are small and short. Taking advantage of them requires specific knowledge. We need to be involved in law enforcement, pub data, or city planning.
They'd have mentioned if my client was a cop, and he wouldn't have needed a public defender either. His file says he's modded for heavy mass manipulation, not tech interfacing, so that just leaves city planning. So does he work for construction for the city? HK has only ever struck at times and locations where optics would be down. Even with the devil's own luck, it can't possibly be coincidence.
Luck of the devil?
Wait, so you're saying when this woman was killed?
Yeah, there was a blackout from 8 o'clock to 9 tonight. Right on schedule, so to speak. And it included the area surrounding the victim's apartment.
Well, what about DNA from the other crime scenes? Was my client a match? There's been no blood, no saliva, no suspect DNA at any of the crime scenes.
And probably no butthole either, because this guy feeds on radiation.
No footage and no forensics? Also no motives, tampering, or witnesses. It's been like hunting a damn ghost. We didn't even have a murder weapon.
Until now.
Finally, a lucky break for the boys in blue. Scanners, cams, drones, forensics, no matter how you dress it up with tech, all detective work relies on one basic assumption. People make mistakes. But HK is the kind of monster who doesn't make mistakes. The only reason we even caught him tonight was because he finished what he had set out to do all along. So was my client on the list of suspects before tonight?
Weren't you listening? There was no list of suspects.
We questioned some X's, a few CIs. Someone even spoke to one or two unlisted at some point. Nothing came of it. There was talk about starting on some kind of psych eval or something, but I never expected much to come of that. There's just not enough there to work with. In other words, the only thing they have, the only thing they could have to link my client to those killings is the murder weapon. If I can jostle that keystone, then the rest of their case should start to come loose as well. I saw the time of death was 9 PM on the autopsy, but do you have a timeline for the rest of the night's events?
Can't trust much of what comes out of his mouth. But we've managed thanks to less biased sources.
And we're pretty confident about what we've been able to piece together from their statements. So they interviewed witnesses. Sounds eerily similar to real police work.
The suspect and his girlfriend were arguing loudly with one another starting at 8 PM.
Neighbors were very clear about that part. Couldn't wait to tell us about all the happy couple's domestic problems.
In the building knew they'd been fighting for weeks.
As you probably gathered from what you saw in the arcs, there was a struggle. Furniture turned over, glass shattered, but things go quiet sometime before 9 PM. And then there's a gunshot.
Scrubbers are still scrubbing, Looking for audio from the area to get a timestamp. Noun, the process of macro scraping all encrypted data in a given time and place. Senator Bancroft, a key pillar of his party's law and order platform, a thing that's famously has only ever meant good things, right, gamers?
Law and order?
Uh,
I don't want to be here anymore.
Vader doesn't understand it because she's not American. She doesn't know.
I also don't remember the quote. If anyone understands what I was referencing, you get 3 cookies. Right, emergency services got a burst of calls from the block shortly after 9 p.m. Sorry, I'm falling apart at the seams. No one seemed to recognize the sound for what it was, but the silence that followed was pretty universally alarming. Raze, why do you sound like that? Raise human words, please.
My mic turned off. Officers arrive on the street at 9:08 p.m. Establish a perimeter. Enter through the open front door at 9:10 p.m.
Okay, good. I thought you were turning into dogs.
Don't worry about it. And then they find your client, crouched over his dead girlfriend, his hand covered in her blood.
Oh man, that's unfortunate.
Oh, the cult.
At which point they move to secure the scene and the suspect.
Sorry, did you say his hand? Singular? Your client's modded. Cybernetic right arm.
Showing results for body modifications. Body modifications, aka mods, is a term that may refer to cybernetic prosthetics, artificial implants, neural enhancements, or any combination of the above.
Wow.
This is also frequently searched for. Can you return mods? Can you undo mod surgery? Best reviewed neural implants, 2086. Reminder that that's the year this game takes place in, 2086.
How take Game Boy out of skull? How modded are we talking about here?
Registered with the HOW 85 Habilis. Industrial grade, looks like. Says he's spec'd for Says he's spec'd for dexterous manipulation of up to class 4 kilopascals, which means a minimum grip strength of... Well, basically, he could crush your neck without even gritting his teeth.
Huh.
Considering a career change?
No, it's not that. It's just... Your eye must be very sensitive for you to put the patch back on each time. And here I thought you just had a 14-year-old sense of fashion.
You think a cop would cover up her dominant eye because it was fashionable?
I actually thought the same thing the first time we met.
You what?
But getting back on track, that arm of his has been in the shop for some time now. We can't work without it. Money got tight. The arguing? Yeah. When did he put his arm in for repairs? 8 days before HK's first victim was killed. Well, no chance they'll be willing to chalk that up to coincidence. Your client was arrested on the scene after a preliminary scan found his fingerprints on the revolver. And no one else's.
A revolver? What kind?
The old kind. The real old kind.
More specifically, a Calvary M54, 6-chambered, 10 millimeters.
We're talking like 2079 at least. It's like before you were born, I think.
Older than that.
Calver? How retro.
So retro. 2031 to 2062.
I like seeing those, like, charts of the year that fictional future movies take place. And just
Oh, yeah?
seeing how many of those we've already passed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let me find one right now. Yeah, like, at the time, in 2025, we've passed 2001, RoboCop, and Back to the Future 2.
We've passed 2001? Holy shit.
George Jetson has been born. I remember people were talking about that. Blade Runner.
Holy moly. Do electric sheep dream of electric sleep?
In the next 5 years, we'll have the Terminator and Deus Ex as well. Anyway. Guns.
99.91% certainty.
So there's still a chance.
99.97% certainty.
So there's still a
Uh-oh.
chance. So there's still a chance.
99.98 to 99.989% certainty. Uh-oh.
If there's still a billionth of a chance, then there's still a chance, right?
You don't know the half of it. We're talking steel chamber, real gunpowder, mechanical firing pin, and no tags.
No tags? How is that? Just how old are we talking here?
Yeah, 24/7 location data, time-stamped trigger pulls, safeties coded to owner biometrics. For the past 3 decades, tags made shooting crimes very unambiguous.
So you're claiming my client used some kind of antique to commit these crimes?
How else do you think he'd have gotten away with this 5 other times? If he tried to buy a gun legit, he'd probably fail the very first psych check. And even jailbroken pieces are only good for so long before update withdrawal sets in.
So then M54, that's
Model year 2054.
a 30-year-old gun. Well, that sure complicates things, doesn't it?
In some ways, sure. But pre-tagging firearms are rare. Gotta be less than 1,000 of them left in the whole country. And fewer still compatible bullets.
The ammunition would have to be over 30 years old, too.
The novelty of this weapon has kept us in the dark so far. But now that we have our hands on it, it's gonna put him away for good.
Archive compartment complained loud as hell about how deep they had to dig. But with the protocols they found, the techs were able to match the rifling marks on all 6 bullets to the gun your client was found with.
Rifling marks?
Bullets fired from guns that old are marked by the barrel's shape. Ever played Ace Attorney? So if all 6 bullets have the same rifling marks,
We know that they were all fired by the same gun.
it's not as plug and play as tags are, but it's equally precise science, I assure you. And if that's not damning enough, the spent casings from the other 5 shootings were still in the chamber, without even needing to reload. The caliber your client was found with is the gun HK used to kill 6 women. No way to lawyer around that. An untagged gun, just being anywhere near a weapon like that could warrant your arrest. Being found by the police over a dead body with an untagged gun used at 5 other crime scenes is just... To summarize, then, you believe that my client fought verbally, then physically with his girlfriend. And then he retrieved this weapon and shot her?
Yeah, pretty much.
How did he look when the officers found him?
Guilty.
How was his effect?
Quiet, detached, stiff.
Not exactly the picture of a grieving partner. That reaction may have lost him points with the cops, but beyond that, people react to loss in all kinds of unusual ways. And so long as the police are suspicious of you, there's no right way to grieve. Thanks for the chat, detectives. I think I understand the background well enough. Now, candidly, I see the same strokes you do, and the picture it paints isn't pleasant. But even so, it seems a bit unrefined to be brought before a judge, don't you think?
Hey, it's only our job to catch the bastard. The DA is the one who gets the conviction. Besides, we're not exactly gonna have to work hard to convince anyone of his guilt.
And why is that?
Because we found a handwritten confession at his desk.
Well, that's, unexpected. I'm sorry, you're now telling me that he wrote a confession? Has it been verified? Not yet. We have to muscle past everyone in fraud and disinfo to get to the front of that line.
Why bother? The note's covered in his fingerprints.
There's a copy in the discovery data, but I should warn you, it doesn't exactly make for light reading. I'll have to manage somehow. I need to see this confession for myself.
Sorry for everything. Can't say it enough. Didn't mean to hurt you or do what I did. Did not want any of it to happen. Can't stay in control when I get mad. When I'm not in control, I hurt people without meaning to. Wish I hadn't broken them. Didn't mean to at first. But I was hurting. I wanted you to hurt too, but didn't want to hurt you. Words aren't enough, I know that now. I'll take responsibility and do what I've been avoiding. Please forgive me.
That was difficult to read. Barely legible, in fact.
Well, got a spin on that?
No. Gotta read it again. No need.
But it's a confession.
Not a confession that he's signed, though, is it?
Not yet.
And not one he intends to sign anytime soon, considering that he asked for representation.
Yeah, the most wanted man in the city asked for a lawyer. And got you. Guess you're both lucky.
Hardly. I just happened to be awake when the call went out. But I'm not so flush with work that I can afford to turn tail now. So if you don't mind, I'd like to go and speak with my client. What? He's not still handcuffed in there, is he?
Look, Counselor, with all due respect, we have strong evidence pointing to that man being responsible for 6 murders. 2 hours or so in cuffs isn't cruel or unusual, and that's for your safety as well.
It's kind of you to worry, but I doubt I'll be in any danger.
He's killed 6 women.
None of them were redheads. Seriously, though, I'd like to speak with him alone now. Camera's off, if you don't mind. Mic's on or off is your call, counselor. But we'll be watching the feed from right outside in case anything happens. And the cuff, that is, stays on. That worried about me? How chivalrous. Yeah, my armor's practically blinding.
Gross. I'll start up the unlock cycle.
Counselor, just one last word of advice. If you have any interest in his well-being, I'd suggest you help him sign that confession. Not a bad idea. I do get paid either way. But the defense part of a defense attorney isn't just for show, detective. I mean it. 6 people dead is one thing, but he's also caused weeks of widespread terror and public unrest. Putting it another way, he's made the state look bad. Why am I green now? That's a capital crime if there ever was one. And even if the death penalty's not exactly on the table these days, I can guarantee he's not gonna like whatever rehabilitation plan they draw up for him. Look, I've seen the virtual work release program in person and it's... What's that?
We encountered an issue while processing your request. Hey there. Due to ongoing controversy following the suspected suicide of inmate Jay Gallet, search results for this term are temporarily blocked. Read more about it, how we cooperate with authorities to combat disinformation here.
Ugh, I hate the government. Being challenged before the Supreme Court. Yeah, sometime in the next decade, maybe. Just remember, a plea deal might feel like a loss for you, but if it keeps him from, well, that's probably a win for your client, right? Prison sentences are generally lighter for those who plead guilty, that much is true. It saves the courts a great deal of time and money, and they show their gratitude with reduced sentencing. But no one will ever be grateful towards the heartbreak killer. Anyone convicted for killing 6 people, they'll never rest their mind another day in their life. Ewed.
I fear my internet.
It's depressing as hell in here. They need to liven this place up. Pissed, is this you?
Yeah. It's dying, so I can't exactly see the game right now.
I see. You certainly sound that way. Carla's flat, right? Hope you don't mind if I get comfortable. We've got a lot to cover, but this shouldn't take all night.
What are you... Look, I already told you people, I didn't...
I'm not a cop, Carlos. Furthest thing from it. I'm a lawyer. Your lawyer, in fact. And I'm here to help you.
Yeah, well... They said that too. All of them did. Back there, in here. Kept repeating it the whole ride over. They said that they were going to help me. That they knew this was all a mistake. Then they said that I killed. Acting like they were on my side and they thought that I could have... That I...
It's not their job to help you, Carlos, but it is mine, and I'm here now. Still in shock. I need more information, but if I approach this the wrong way, he'll just clam up even more. I'm sure you're exhausted. It's probably difficult to think, let alone speak. But I'd like you to try and answer a few questions.
The police already.
Questioned you, I'm sure. But they were treating you as a suspect, not as a client.
Okay. So what do you want to know?
What do you want to know?
Let's start simple. Something mundane, grounded, rote. I'd like to know a bit more about you first, Carlos. Something like, what line of work are you in?
I'm with city engineering. Or I was, or I should be.
As I thought, the police must be convinced he mapped the optics blackheads using data he stole from work.
I got it slotted for the job. And,
Carlos, I'm gonna need more than that. So what do I know? He works in city engineering, not a desk job. Ray said he was modded for work, and that arm must be in custody at the moment, but based on his shoulder, it'd have to be pretty... utilitarian, yeah. It doesn't strike me as the type who's enamored with the aesthetics of modding. The young and the restless and the rich, swapping in neon and chrome limbs because they like the way it looks, or the way it makes other people start looking at them. No, he's pragmatic, grounded, and very unlucky. In which case, I should be too. You know, my brother wanted to mod.
really?
Really? I don't even have a brother. He had everything planned out. The whole career path of promotions and bonuses and the upgrades they'd afford him. Then came his 18th birthday present, test results politely informing him that he's not a viable candidate.
That sucks.
I think he felt relieved, actually. Seemed like it was a weight off his chest. Like he was glad he didn't have to choose. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I think it does. I always figured if I'd start at all, I'd start small. A hand or an eye. Test the water. Never thought about lobbing my whole damn arm off, but the recruiter was enthusiastic. He said, because of the NCDA, there was financial aid and resources. Of course, that got shit-canned, so now me and every other modder's royally screwed. Couldn't even let me keep the tax credit.
The new Citizens with Disabilities Act was amended, not repealed. But I doubt he'd appreciate the distinction at the moment.
I worked the tighter spaces, the high-volt environments. Mostly canopy upkeep. Typical stuff for modders, you know?
He's speaking freely now. Don't need to do much more than repeat his words back to him to keep him talking. But the right word choice here or there can still make a difference. You work on the canopy. You must be... under a lot of pressure, now that the subways are cordoned off.
Damn straight. And this crap with Long? Once word got out that the case against him was real, every desk job in the chain became afraid of their own shadow. Terrified, even. All of them convinced that internal affairs is gonna come knocking if they misplace so much as a paperclip. Everything by the book means no room for compromise, no room for problem solving.
No room for engineering?
Yeah. And no patience for screw-ups.
He's trying very hard to not look at his shoulder. Why aren't you wearing your prosthetic arm right now, Carlos?
Yeah. That. Rejection issues starting last month. A lot of sleepless nights.
Rejection? Did the therapy not take?
It's not like that. I wasn't using pus out of my sockets or anything.
Then do these rejection issues have anything to do with your scars?
But you're thinking.
Hmm?
I'm right-handed.
So these cuts on his face are just from shaving?
Never thought this would go on so long I'd have to relearn how to do everything. I mean, the problem started small, trembling, but then spasms. Just oversensitivity, they said. An easy fix.
But the problem got bigger?
Couldn't let it get that far. Need to be able to trust your own hands when you're on the job site. Drop a cutter at the wrong moment and people could get hurt. So I sat down, made an appointment, turned in my arm, and watched my case get placed at the back of the damn line.
Where did you turn it in?
Turnaround chop shop with a waiting list like you wouldn't.
Doesn't sound like you're a happy customer.
Hell no! I found a dozen other clinics with shorter wait times. But as long as I'm renting and not owning...
The manufacturer decides where your arm gets maintenance.
And that's why I'm sitting here
Shut
with
up.
this...
I'm looking at your arm. Cool arm. Anyways.
So I'm sitting here with this expensive-ass stump for a shoulder. I haven't been able to work in weeks. Bosses were generous enough to say my position might still be there when I've got 2 working arms again.
You couldn't buy or rent a replacement yourself just in the meantime?
I serve at the pleasure of the state. And they've got exclusivity contracts with Hindi, all locked up, all white-knuckle tight.
Hindi? How Industries?
Showing results for How Industries. World leader in the research, development, manufacturing, and fitting of cybernetic prosthetics for commercial and private use. Oh yeah.
As I recall, he's registered with one of their habilis models.
If I took one step on site with uninsured tech, forget the fines, I'd lose the down payment and my arm. And I'd never work in the city again. If this was last quarter, maybe I could have worked something out with management, but like I said, no one's sticking their neck out for anyone now that Long's in deep hot shit.
You mentioned discomfort.
Hey guys, it's me, Carlos Flat.
Hello. Student debt sizable.
Luck poor.
Dislikes cashews? I cannot vibe with this person.
But he likes firm beds and worn shoes and airports.
Are you in pain?
Pain'll come and go. It's the itches that'll kill you. And the phantoms come back pretty fast when I don't have anything. Oh yeah, phantom pain.
Metal Gear.
Did you mean phantom visions? Users also frequently search for, I mod her, it's modder itching. Is my arm haunted?
Owie. Users also frequently search for owie wowie. They didn't get very far with what they were looking for.
Arm shaped attached to me.
Didn't they give you something to, well, wear in the meantime? Something the clinics lend out for cases like this?
What they gave me is a dead weight, 3-jointed landfill bait piece of shit. Sorry, it's just... It's a very shitty feeling, having a part of your body that you know they cut corners on. fits, it's compatible. Technically. I can slot it in and feel on balance again. But the fingers don't even bend and the quick twitch motors are way off. It's like walking around with your arm asleep. Or dead.
So were you wearing it when... Were you wearing it when you were arrested?
No, I wasn't. But I'm pretty sure I saw the police begging his evidence, so...
Huzzah.
Can't have gotten too far.
So Detective Rise was being quite literal about how he was found. He had the victim's blood on his left arm only because at the time in question he didn't even have a right. No inconsistencies in the story so far, and he's opening up about as well as can be expected. But this has all just been a warm-up for the both of us. Now comes the delicate part.
Wow.
Carlos, you and the victim were romantically involved. How long did you two know each other?
I've known her since college. We shared a few classes, some mutual friends. Always got along. But we just got together at some point. Guess I never actually asked her out the real formal way. Sounds pretty cowardly saying that out loud. Diane, she was in genetics. Focused her studies on agriculture.
It always takes him a few tries to get used to using past tense.
Finished her post-grad work this year. Got hired right out the gate. Practically headhunted, you believe that? Practically headhunted. Of course she was. Any company'd be lucky to have her on like... It was a real-ass job. Paid real-ass money, too.
So her career was starting to pan out, right as yours had fallen into the mother of all slumps. Where was she hired?
Riggy Laboratories. I say that like the name matters. The whole setup's under Harco's umbrella.
That doesn't narrow it down. The Harvest Corporation grows a third of the soybeans and corn in the entire country. One client that size, the lab wouldn't need any others. Now, no corporation earns the mega prefix without being a little throat-cutting, but Harco is about as tame as big business can get. Predictable like the seasons. No one's gonna buy that they had some lab tech murdered because of corporate greed. Had she adjusted well to her new job? Well,
Having her there. They loved having her there.
she never
Sorry,
mentioned
this voice makes me go quiet, so...
she never mentioned arguments or disputes. Corporate politics getting rough?
I don't think so. Not like I've been a good listener lately. I never got the impression that she... Look, no one I know could do this to her. And there's nothing she could have done that would deserve what happened to her.
It was a long shot, hoping for a disgruntled character from her past to shift blame onto. But with no other suspects, I can't just reshuffle the detective's suspicions. I'll have to disprove their argument entirely. Thank you, Carlos. That was very helpful. Now, I'd like you to try and tell me whatever you can about what happened tonight.
Oh,
Start at the beginning. Take your time. The details are important.
Miss,
Morgan,
I'll try, Morgan.
when you're ready.
We were arguing. We had been arguing a lot lately. Arguing about stupid stuff.
Every fucking song uses this loop.
There aren't many songs in this game, and they're all short. They just switch them a lot. I haven't been working. Haven't been making money. Haven't been pulling my weight. I was mad at myself. But more than that, I was jealous of her. Jealous over nothing. Jealous over goddamn money.
The reports say you were arguing around 8 p.m.
Must have been when we started. We got into it, and I said a lot of things that I shouldn't have. I said one thing that I really shouldn't have. I crossed a line, and we both knew it, so I left.
You left?
Yeah, walked out the front door. Thought some fresh air might help me cool off. Help me figure out what to say to make it up to her. Of course, the air wasn't fresh, just humid. Thick like mud. And while I was pissing away the time, Diane was...
Did you bring your phone with you or any other electronics?
No. I kinda stormed off.
Is that really fucking necessary?
Didn't even take my key fobs. Didn't even lock the door behind me.
With optics down, traffic and street level cameras won't help him. That leaves... Did you go through a checkpoint or talk to anyone with modded eyes? Did you buy anything, cash or credit?
Oh, not even a vending machine.
Not even a damn vending machine, huh? I may have met my match. How can anyone be this unlucky? That's quite unfortunate.
Just wanted quiet at the time. Wanted to wallow in it, really. Sorry if I don't have all the details quite right. My head is... What if my exact route would help? The cam's probably... What? What is it? Optics what? Can that even happen?
And there's no other proof that you were out at the time Diane was killed. Meaning you've got no alibi.
This can't... Listen, I didn't do this. I couldn't...
Carlos, I'm the one person you don't have to try and convince. After all, I'm your lawyer. So let's just get it all out there and see what we've got to work with.
Right.
So now you said you left to clear your head. So what made you come back?
I came back because I heard a noise. A loud noise. Didn't know what it was. But it was loud and it scared me. And it came from the direction of our apartment. I was walking back at first. But at some point I must have started running because when I got back I was so out of breath. And when I saw that the front door was open.
Yes, of the devil.
Of the devil!
Of the devil!
Something dropped in my chest and my lungs wouldn't... Hey, waiter, want to give Ashwood a synopsis of what's happened so far? What's going on here?
Yeah, sure.
Not all that. the plot, I meant.
What about these?
The plot, I meant.
Hold on. This one? I'm a lawyer. This is me client. Me client could have killed somebody, but we're trying to figure out if he didn't.
Could have killed 6 people, in fact. He's suspected of being the Heartbreak Killer!
6
Oh,
whole
no.
people! Gone in an instant! Could it have been him and his ridiculous accuracy? Or could it have been someone else?
Who knows? Yeah, first floor apartment. Street facing apartment. Entrance. We were proud of that when we first moved in. Like it was some kind of big deal. From the hallway, I saw her, but I didn't realize. I never thought she was... The lights were off. The whole room was a mess. I thought we had been robbed or she had fallen or... There was broken glass, furniture knocked over. And she was... I called her name and she didn't move. I checked her pulse and she was still warm. Her blood was warm. And I saw...
The gun?
It looked so heavy, but I thought it had to be fake because I didn't want it to be real.
Is that why you picked it up?
What? Pick it up? I didn't touch that thing. I didn't shoot her, damn it.
Doing what I do, you hear a lot of lies. White lies, blatant lies, hasty lies, bad lies especially. For me, it's always been easy to spot a lie, but it can be hard to know what to do about it. I have all the proof I need in my files, but he's nervous and defensive. And none of this works if he doesn't trust me.
Up to date on the details of all evidence by checking your phone. If your clients notice that you don't know what you're talking about, they'll stop giving you any credit.
You did touch the gun, Carlos. That's just a fact, because... Carlos's left hand. Fingerprints are on that gun.
But I didn't do this. I wasn't thinking. I just...
Carlos, all I'm saying is that you picked it up. That's all.
Would you believe me if I said I didn't realize it was a gun?
That explains how his prints got on the gun. But not in a way that would satisfy the police. Still, if all he did was hold the gun...
So stupid. I know what a gun looks like. But seeing it in my own home, right in front of...
You were in shock, Carlos. You still are.
The police came in sometime after that. I don't remember much of what they said. Things started moving fast, it seemed like. The rest of my night went probably the way you'd expect.
Carlos, you admit to having a verbal argument with Diane, but you said you were surprised to see the room trashed when you got back. To clarify, you're saying that you two never had a physical fight?
What? Physical? Well, you never fought. We never fought like that. Did the police say that we did?
They assumed as much. Which means they also assumed the room was disheveled well before the shooting occurred. Considering what Carlos has told me, what else did they assume?
What is it?
I'd like you to take a look at something for me. The crime scene.
Oh.
It's an AR module built from data taken as the police entered, so...
Right, it's just that...
It's just data, Carlos. No grisly details.
I love his dumb smile. Okay. Let me see it.
I love his dumb, stupid face. Take your time.
Also, God, I love Morgan so much. She's such a good protagonist. I have not stopped thinking about her since I first started playing this game. Reyes is also awesome, and London, but Reyes and Morgan are my favorites.
Alright, I think I've got it.
Alright, I think I've got it. That's
Sorry, I
mean.
was just thinking about what you're going to say before you say it. I do that sometimes. That's how the police found
No.
things.
It's Reyes who steals things out of people's minds, not Morgan.
Ah, there's a lot of things you don't know about me. Now close your eyes and think back to how the room looked when you left. Try and focus on what's out of place. I'll take notes.
Morgan's a psychonaut.
You just say whatever comes to mind.
Don't remember exactly where everything was. But, well, the mirror was upright, of course. And that clock was still on the wall. The chair got knocked over at some point, and the bed got tossed, the cushions torn. And the urn fell. Other than that... Oh, sorry, that's all that stands out to me.
I see. Like so? What's wrong? Something out of place? Carlos, you need to trust your instinct. If anything seems off, don't be afraid to speak up.
It's just, I guess I just assumed your notes would be making edits to the AR.
Well, I suppose that works too.
Sorry, I didn't mean... I think your drawing was pretty good, considering...
I'd like to change the subject now, Carlos.
Right.
Let's talk about the letter that was found on your desk.
Letter? What do you mean?
I mean this letter here. Do you recognize it? Because the police are calling it a confession.
A confession? But this is just a note to self.
Pardon?
Look, when we fight, I lose my temper to say things I don't mean to. So this morning I tried writing things down so I'd have a script to stick to. So I could apologize to her instead of just fighting with her.
Carlos, you say in the note that you hurt them.
That's... I broke her fidget tubbies.
Her what? Her what?
Her fidget tubbies. They're these collectible ceramic character things. They're supposed to be like tactile? You use them as paperweights or hi last or conversation starters.
If you wanted to hop in the VC for the last few minutes that I'll be streaming. Conversation starters?
Loved those little things. They're not worth a damn. You can buy them at any flea market or garage sale, but they meant a lot to her. And I broke them. I mean, I was pissy at the time, but that goddamn piece of shit rental arm, I hardly know where I'm swinging it half the time. Oh my god, is that last person?
Wow.
You know what? Yeah.
I'm gonna end stream at the next reasonable opportunity. But I don't know
So
how
angry,
long
I
that'll
just
be,
ripped it
so...
off and tossed it in my room. That cheap, dusty, worthless...
Okay, let's say he did break her frigid duckies with his replacement arm. What does that change?
I love you, fidget tubbies.
Nothing at the moment. There's not enough detail in the note for me to prove what his intent was when he sat down and wrote it. But if the police insist on claiming it's a confession for the heartbreak killings anyway...
Couldn't even bother to sweep them up. I felt so...
Alright, Carlos. Thanks for answering my questions. Now, I'm gonna call the police back in here and I'm going to get this cleared up for you.
What? That's it?
That's it!
Oh, okay.
Although, before I do that, I do have to ask, what do you know about the Heartbreak Killer?
Heartbreak? You mean that psycho that was trending all month? I mean, as much as anyone, I guess. I haven't been getting out much, but I'm sure everybody's on edge. A guy like that out there. He shoots people through the heart, right?
The police have kept the victim's appearances far away from any upstanding news sources. So unless he was already following the murders, Carlos wouldn't notice any resemblance to his girlfriend.
He was shot in the chest, but that's just... That doesn't mean anything, does it?
If he's this slow on the uptake, it's gonna be a real shock when those officers walk in here and accuse him of being a serial killer. I'll just have to squash that theory as quickly and definitively as possible.
4:04 a.m., June 5th, 2086.
Cliffhanger?
Don't forget to save.
Yeah, don't forget to save.
That one.
Jesus Christ, 2 hours without saving. I'm dying.
Okay.
Terrified.
So, what do you think about the game so far, Waidurr?
It's pretty cool. I am a fan of the Ace Attorneys, even though I've still not finished even the original trilogy. It seems pretty cool.
I think
The case is quite
this
compelling.
honestly beats out the Ace Attorneys for me personally.
It doesn't have
It's not
Gumshoe,
good.
which is an issue.
Yeah, but this is.
Yeah, but it has London and Reyes.
But they're not
Who
Gumshoe.
doesn't love Who doesn't
True.
love London?
I just love
What are your thoughts on Morgan?
Morgan's
Dude,
pretty neat.
episode 1 has all the characters I know you'll like unironically. All the good characters they saved for episode 1.
Hey now, London and Reyes are in this.
Yeah,
And
Morgan doesn't
friends
get
there
anything.
for like 2 minutes.
Alright. That's the end of that.
Wow.
I'm almost done this stupid daily stream thing.
Yippee! And then you can go back to daily streams, but it's just this game.
And then I can go back to playing Yeek.
That's also true.
It has been half a year
Uh,
since the last Yeek stream.
Really? Jesus Christ.
Half a Yeek. Alright.
Happy
Goodbye.
New Yeek.
Goodbye, everybody.
Wait, waiter, what game is tomorrow?
Cassette Beasts.
Wow.
Wow.